BIMmanager. Database manage any BIM code structure to be set on your existing Tekla objects. One BIMmanager installation works with all Tekla structure versions. Do you have control of your BIM data? Have this slab correct IFC entity? Will it be an IFC slab? It's a IFC footing. Is all BIM data set correct on part level and assembly level? Have I set the correct IFC entity for the pile, or will it be an IFC column or an IFC beam? Do I have the correct type ID for the IFC export? Have I the correct cost unit type for the concrete columns? Here you have your existing Tekla model. Your beam, and inquire, no BIM data. How to solve it? BIMmanager offers you to database manage your BIM data. Define your BIM dataset. Add your BIM data using BIMmanager dialog. Select your BIM data, select your beam, modify, and you will have all your BIM data 100% QA. What is this all about? To be a beam or a BIM beam interested, you only have to offer the next 12 minutes to see this video. 100% QA BIM. To avoid misunderstanding, using BIMmanager don't affect your existing way in creating drawing, templates, reports, exports, property sets, etc. You document your existing BIM standard in BIMmanager's open database, or you can create any new BIM standard you get in front of you. Create how many databases you want and swap between them in your different types of projects. You can mix working with traditional Tekla dialogues and BIMmanager dialog in the same model. Tekla and BIMmanager create exact the same BIM data in the end. The only difference is how. BIMmanager only QA manage your design process. Have you ever dreamed to database manage BIM data for your objects? BIMmanager realize your dreams. Document your BIM data for your Tekla objects in your dataset. Document BIM data for your objects. Document in Excel and import to dataset. ISO certificated and approved database. BIMmanager manage your dreams by the intuitive dialog to select your dataset objects. BIMmanager's limitation is your imagination. Here we have an example of BIMmanager's database. Any Tekla data or UDA can be predefined in your dataset. Here we have the BIMmanager dialog. Select your steel columns BIM code by type ID, SP for steel column. Select. Then you can see the row in the database and all the data. And then you can see in the dialog and your extra UDA to be set on part level, on assembly level, when object is modified. Here we have the BIM data and applied in the dialog and in the extra UDA. Open your Tekla model with no BIM data. Create a report on assembly main parts. Open BIMmanager. Select your steel columns in the report and modify. Then you can see inquire main part and inquire assembly. And then you can see all the BIM data has been applied to the objects. Use BIMmanager to modify your object's BIM data with 100% QA. Now we shall demonstrate how to add BIM data to your existing Tekla model. Here we have a model with no BIM data. Total 18 assemblies. We set an object representation filter to show the different assembly types. Gray are cast-in-place cost units, pink are precast cost units, blue are steel assemblies, yellow are wood assemblies. If we zoom in, we have a footplate, welds. We have a connection with bolts and welds. If we make the model transparent, you can see also we have the reinforcement in the foundation. Now we set the view filter to view only the assembly main parts who shall carry the assembly BIM data. We select the main parts. We run a macro to create a main part list. Here you can see no BIM data, no extra BIM UDA, main part IFC entity set as auto, IFC assembly, no information. We open BIMmanager. Okay, now we shall add BIM data from the predefined database using the BIMmanager dialog. The BIM standard in the database are Swedish and are called BIP codes. We set the model transparent. We select the glulam beam. Then we select the glulam beam in the list. Here we have that one. Then we can look at the dialog. Shortcut. Shortcut is what it is. It's your user-defined shortcut, not registered anywhere, only to speed up your access to selected BIM data from the database. Type ID. System code. IFC entity for main part. And here we are 5 extra UDA. Part UDA and assembly UDA also. As you see, both part UDA and assembly UDA will be added at the same time. Then we modify the glulam beam. Take a fast check. Then we can see all the BIM data has been added to the object. We select the glulam column. We start to find it by the system code 27.d/35. Here we have this column. But we can also try to select the column by the shortcut TP space L. Now we have only one row. Enter. Then you read in everything. We can also try to find it by type ID. LP, one row, enter. And all the BIM data has been selected from the database. All the extra UDA, modify. Steel beam, use type ID, steel beam. Here we have it, modify. Steel column, type ID, SP, only one row, enter, modify. Cast in place, concrete column, BP, select, modify. Cast in place foundation, shortcut, GK, F, one row, enter, modify selected. Pile foundation, type ID, PF, enter, modify. Precast concrete beam, BB, modify. Precast concrete column, shortcut, P space, BP, one row, modify. Pile, PB, one row, enter, modify. And now I think all you know what happens when you select all the assembly main parts, create a new list, that all will have correct data. All BIM data are added, or extra UDA, main part IFC entity, IFC elephant assembly. Everything is correct. Make it look like again. Now you see all the items. We select all the assemblies. Export to IFC. Open the model folder. I select the pile. Go to BIP code Sweden. All the BIM data is correct. Here I've forgotten to renumber the model. That's why we have a question mark. Pile foundation. IFC footing. IFC column. And the same for all items. 100% BIM codes directly from the database using the BIMmanager dialog into the IFC file. Select the assemblies. And here we have an assembly list. Now with correct assembly prefix, position numbering, name, IFC entity main part, IFC assembly on assembly level, extra UDA, and BIP codes, so Swedish BIP codes. Simply intelligent, intelligently simple. Okay, then we go on with the demonstration. BIMmanager, QA your BIM data. BIMmanager offers you 3 ways to select your BIM data to be set on your objects: system code, type ID, and shortcut. Your extra UDA will be set both on part level and assembly level at the same time when the object is modified. Here you have a Tekla model with no BIM data. Create a report, assembly main parts, open BIMmanager, select your steel columns in the report, modify. Use BIMmanager to modify your object's BIM data with 100% QA. QA your IFC export. Here you have your model again with all correct BIM data. Set up IFC property sets. Export to IFC, here viewed in Solibri. Here we have Solibri tabs, BIP code Swedish, with all the BIM data added to the objects. In this case we have multiple BIM codes in separate tabs, Denmark, Finland and Norway. A Tekla model without BIM data, modified using BIMmanager, will have 100% QA BIM data to the exported IFC model. BIMmanager is available as single license and networks license. Store your dataset on your local server or client or in the cloud. Perfectly with model sharing. BIMmanager functionality QA your single local office as well as your worldwide offices. BIMmanager secures your unique predefined BIM data structure with 100% QA. All your local global offices use the same dataset. All your designers from your Tekla super user to your recent employee will create your BIM data with 100% QA. Set up unique datasets for specific projects or customers. Can you imagine to document your BIM structure in this database? Congratulations! BIMmanager's limitation is your imagination. Use BIMmanager to modify your object's BIM data with 100% QA. Simply intelligent. Intelligently simple. The best kept secret in the whole world. Try it and you won't tell anyone either. Interested? Feel free to contact us or visit our website for a 14-day trial download request. Thank you for watching.